Three, two, one.
It smelt strong.
Hello, welcome back to Rob's Homemade, and today we finally got round to doing the on the sofa with. At last, we got there in the end. Very big welcome to Mr. Steve Heap, the curry guy himself, the man. If you just want to give us a quick introduction, name, age, the normal stuff, and we'll go from there.
Okay, great. So first of all, I've been a fan of Rob's Homemade channel on YouTube for a number of years, and yeah, we've been talking every now and then, and it's great to finally meet the man himself. I also have a YouTube channel, Stephen Heap Recipes. Cook a lot of Indian food. I have about 1,000 videos, so do subscribe. That would be
Definitely.
great.
Get over there. I'll leave a link in the comments below to Steve's channel. So, questions. We've got our little pad written down. Well, this is the first time I've ever interviewed anyone, so please bear with me. I've got to be careful. Right. Going back to your YouTube channel, it's very curry based. What first got you into your love for curries and that type of Indian style food?
Well, my granddad was in the Royal Air Force.
Nice.
And he served in India and Burma towards the end of World War II, and he gathered a collection of recipes from Commonwealth troops.
Old school stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, plenty of raisins and flour to thicken the curry sauce, very old style. And I grew up with him cooking a curry every Friday night, and yeah, the aromas of curry, that spilt over to my mum, who was really into curries too, so it sort of runs in the family.
Good, good, good. Sounds good. So, speaking of your YouTube channel, you've just hit 10,000 subscribers. Congratulations for that. That's a massive, in my eyes, is a massive achievement for somebody who doesn't do it full time to hit 10k. Did you ever think you'd get to that type of figure?
Not at all. I think my channel's pretty unique for anybody that wants to take a look at the channel, because what I take my videos of is just what I cook at home.
So it's like proper homemade curries, not like the restaurant styles or stuff like that.
So a lot of other channels, they ask their audience and the viewers, what would you like to see on the channel? But for me, it's just what I cook at home and what I eat myself. So it's pretty unique, very home style.
Yeah, that's sometimes the home style is always the best. I think so anyway. If you can cook something from scratch instead of like, you can buy a jar of curry paste or curry powder, but if you've got the stuff there to actually build from scratch, it tastes so much better. It smells, the aromas, and when you sit and eat it, you sort of, it's like an achievement. I know it sounds stupid, but it's like I've actually made this. Not without using a Tesco tikka masala base or whatever.
And the channel only started because I lived in Malaysia for 5 years. I came back to Britain, and when I went to Malaysia, I'd always like stand up for British Indian restaurant food. But in Malaysia, they have a large Indian community, and the food is all authentic, mostly Southern Indian. And you know, after eating that for 5-6 years, almost on a daily basis, you get your doses for breakfast, and you know, it becomes part of your food culture. Really, I'm hungry too. That came back to Britain, and some of the restaurants I once enjoyed weren't quite the same.
No,
so what I did, I wrote a book called Indian Restaurant Food at Home. It's easy when you know how, which sort of drew on my experience working on an Indian restaurant at a young age. But
with this one?
Oh yeah, with that one,
That's the one.
With some tweaks, you know. So, you know, the good thing about living in other countries, especially when they have such a strong food culture, is to pick up tips. So yeah, this book follows the British Indian restaurant with a couple of tweaks.
Yes, there you go. Available on Amazon or eBay. I picked this up off Amazon a couple of weeks ago, and I've had a quick scan through. And there is some
And that's the
really
reason
nice
why I
recipes,
started the channel. I think my first video was a 30-second music over just the front cover of the book, just to sell the book. Then I thought, a couple of weeks later I made a prawn curry, and yeah, that was 1,000 videos ago, 1,003 videos ago.
Jesus.
So it was about four years ago now.
Fair play. Right, on a more personal note, you've recently had a little child. Congratulations on that. How has that sort of changed your lifestyle, and especially with doing YouTube? And obviously, you're going to be busy with the baby, and so you've got to probably take a step back from the videos and the cooking a little bit. Yeah,
well, I don't think the baby would object to spices in the air from cooking, but definitely her mum does. So cooking at the moment is subject to the weather. I've got my burner outside, I've got a little table with an outdoor cooker. So I've reduced the amount of videos I'm making temporarily, and yeah, it's amazing having a little baby, 45 years of age, on my first child. So interesting. It's changed my perspective on life, yeah. And you know, you're not just living for yourself anymore. You've got to concentrate on your baby.
Yes, definitely. Just going on to your Instagram, which has some amazing pictures. If you've never seen Stevie's Instagram, go and check it out. You've travelled to some amazing places, some amazing photos. Yeah. I have got a couple on my laptop, which you guys will see in the final edit of this video. What's your favourite place and why?
Well, I'm really lucky. I've really prioritised on travel. I'd only been to a couple of places up until I was about 26. I think I'd only been to California, Spain and France.
So more than most people do in this day and age.
So just after university I started making travel a priority. Always been interested in geography and hearing about other cultures and that type of stuff, but to date I've been to 66 countries.
Jesus, 66?
So yeah. Even though it's a simple question, I'd probably categorise.
I think I've been to about 2.
if you want shopping, people frown on made in China, but even a real Ralph Lauren's made in China. If you want shopping, Beijing. If you want unspoilt beaches and beautiful islands, you know, crystal blue waters, definitely Malaysia. Unique culture there.
I need to travel more. Once everything's back to sort of normality, depending on what happens, I need to go and travel some more. I really do.
If you want a unique experience, go to Africa, sub-Saharan Africa.
My missus wants to go on
absolutely amazing. There's nothing like it. You know, just that experience alone makes you appreciate a lot. It opens your eyes. India's also amazing, especially for me, for food inspiration. Sri Lanka last year, that was amazing. Different types of food in Sri Lanka too.
I feel like I've led a sheltered life listening to you, going to all these different places. Amazing. Anyway, is there anywhere in the world that's still on your tick list to go?
I have a long list.
You've got a long list.
I'd love to go to Nepal, Bhutan, you know, the remote regions, very unspoilt. I'd love to go to Ethiopia. I love Ethiopian food.
I think Ethiopia's not a lot of people's places to go and visit.
No, I like to get off the path.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But if you said to somebody, where would you want to go in the world? I think Ethiopia would be sort of down here on a lot of people's travel list. But the experience would be an experience, I'm sure.
If anybody hasn't been, I really recommend going to an Ethiopian restaurant. There's lots in the UK. Get the injera bread and all the little dishes on top of the injera. It's very similar to Indian food. It's very similar with the injera bread, which is like a crumpet really, but it's made out of a certain type of flour. Absolutely amazing and healthy food. I'd love to go to Jamaica, Ghana. We did Brazil last year, but I'd love to go to Chile and Peru. And I've never been to New York. I've been to a couple of places in the States, but New York's definitely on,
considering my brother actually lives in America.
Yeah.
He lives in Seattle. I've never actually been. It's one thing we do need to do soon. So I'd have a drink of that actually, because the next question is, how is your spice tolerance?
Well, I love my food spicy. For anybody that looks at my videos, sometimes people say, wow, did you really put that amount of chilies in? But, you know, when we're talking about Indian food, we're talking about the green standard chili, the Jawala chili. You know, I like Caribbean food, so we'll know about Scotch bonnets.
Yes.
So I'd say it was pretty, you know, upper intermediate, but not advanced.
Upper intermediate, right. Yeah. We have here Chili in the Valley, Black Death. I did a review on this, and if you've seen that video, you will know my reaction. I'm not going to get Steve to do a spoonful because that's not fair in the slightest.
Good.
It's literally going to be a little tiny drop on the end. It's literally, I'll do exactly the same. This is made with Carolina Reapers, muscovado sugar and black garlic, which is a really nice flavour. So 3, 2, 1.
It smelt strong.
That stuff is
okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to get any worse.
No, it's not.
Eyes are glazed over slightly.
Back of the throat.
It's not intolerable.
No.
It's bearable.
That's the type of thing you put.
No, that's really nice.
Dab in a chili.
Well, the black garlic.
Get a lot of flavours out of that.
That's good. That's not like silly hot. That's really tasty.
It is silly hot if you have a spoonful.
Oh yeah, it would
because
we only had a tiny bit.
I did that on my dinner, half an hour of work, and I went back to work and I suffered all afternoon.
Yeah, I can feel it in the middle of the tongue there.
Yeah, but it's a lovely flavour.
It's bearable.
Chili in the Valley, I'm a really good hot sauce maker, to be fair. They have some really good stuff. Anyway, back to your Instagram. I have a couple of questions that I need more answers to.
Right.
What was it like to cook on tour with Wiz Khalifa? I can't believe I'm actually saying this because I love his music. His music is really, it must have been an absolute blast to be on tour with somebody like that. When I saw that picture on Instagram, I was like, wow, hang on. That's a massive artist. For somebody to turn around and go, I love your food, come and cook for me on tour.
Yeah, well, what happened, I'm a very good friend with Chef Ty Lopez Rivera. He runs the catering company that works for Wiz Khalifa, Sting. He's Sting's personal chef. You name it, he's cooked for them. Rolling Stones, Beyonce.
Jeez.
But what happened, because we're friends on Facebook, he always sees my food pictures. And what happened, the start of the tour was in the NEC in Birmingham. And one of his chefs had a sore throat or something like that. And he phoned me up, he said, Steve, can you come to the NEC? Really help me out. You can cook, right? I said, yeah. So I went to cover for another chef for the for one day in the NEC. But what happened, I had to do, I think I got there in the morning, so lunch, dinner, so I cooked it. And there was so much good feedback from it that my mate said, right, Steve, we're going to need you for the tour. Wiz Khalifa loves your food.
What an amazing conversation.
His entourage, everybody loves your food. You know, so much good feedback that he said, please, Steve, help me out. Bring your passport with you to work tomorrow. You're on tour. And I jumped at the opportunity. Luckily, I had some spare time.
Luckily, I would have dropped my day job like a brick to go and do that.
But it is hard work.
I can imagine it's hard work.
We did Birmingham, Manchester, London, Paris, a couple of destinations in Germany, Belgium, and it is hard work. So you're on a tour bus with a bed. It's all 5-star, all luxury. You don't need any money, which is great. So you literally arrive at an arena at 5 in the morning, you know, and the lorries come. You've got to set up the kitchen. You've got to put everything, you know, the larder, everything gets packed into flight cases at the end of the night, and you've got to set up the kitchen. As soon as the kitchen's set up, you've got to get on with the breakfast. As soon as you've finished the breakfast, you're getting on with the lunch. Then the dinner. So you're working from 6 in the morning till
It is
about
good. Like I said, I bet it was a blast, but anything like that's got to be hard work for a chef. I mean,
11 o'clock at night, and you want to get on the coach to go to the next destination the next day, but you've got to wait for Wiz Khalifa because he's having a party in his room. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I can imagine.
And you've got to wait for him to leave the room he's having a party because he's got our blender, he's got all our cutlery, he's got... So you literally, by 11 o'clock, then you just need maybe a couple of beers, you've got
you just need
sort
to
of rock
wind
and
down,
roll.
relax down.
So you really need to wind down after. And, I was sensible. When I get on the coach, I go to sleep. A lot of the we're travelling with the lighting crew, we're travelling with all the caterers, there's about 3 of us. And them guys would stay up till 5 in the morning, really, and you think, oh my God, they got work. You can hear them talking. So it's hard work, and you might work for 3-4 days straight like that, and then you've got a day and a half off in Amsterdam or Paris, and you really need it. You're
just want to relax.
It's a shock to the system at first.
I can imagine
you get used
working
to it, and
that hard.
You're running on adrenaline.
For 4
you're
or
always
5
tired.
days.
It's really demanding. But when you get off tour, and you get this big brown envelope full of euros, I have to go and change it at Wembley,
Big fat wedge.
and you think, wow, I've just been on tour with Wiz Khalifa. Wow, what an experience! I'm buzzing for weeks after.
I can imagine. It's got to be amazing. I'd love to do something like that. The second one for the Instagram, there's a picture of you in Brazil, which is, you guys will see this properly after, on the final edit. Sat on a set of steps.
Yeah.
Looks an awesome place. Is it as good as it looks?
Yeah, Brazil is one of those places. I don't think it's on many people's top destination, but I just live far out places. So Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, it's amazing. I was really a little bit anguish, before the trip. The crime, we always see crime in Brazil,
there is a
and
lot of,
all this, that and the other.
And drug deals,
but really,
and everything else.
I was there, and everybody was really friendly. Nobody hassles you. The sunshine is amazing. The people are amazing. And I even went to the favela, the big ghetto, the biggest favela in South America, which is Racina. We went with a guy that lives there. Fantastic. There was a couple of incidents where he said, "Oh, you can't film around here or take photos." But absolutely amazing experience, Brazil. Really recommend it, and don't be put off by the crime. Just be sensible. Put your watch. Leave your watch at home.
And don't give anybody an incentive to come to watch it. Don't wear big gold chains.
No. Amazing experience.
Good. Speaking of Wiz Khalifa, there's a few more famous people on your Instagram. Natalie Cassidy, Sonia from the EastEnders.
Okay, I didn't know her real name.
I didn't until I actually googled it because
Sonia. Okay.
I couldn't remember. That's the picture. It's taken a long time ago.
It was.
By the looks of it.
It was, yeah. I was cooking in a golf club.
Also.
So I cooked for her.
Andy Burnham.
Andy Ford, yeah.
Andy Forum, sorry. My bad.
Yeah, that was actually a photo taken in Woolwich. She owns a pub there.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, he looks huge on TV. When you see him, I was...
Similar size.
Yeah, similar size, yeah.
So, any more famous names? And we're not going to name them, just out of interest, because them two were on his Instagram, I just wanted to know if there's any more sort of, apart from Wiz Khalifa, Sonia from EastEnders, a famous cast person who you've actually met, which is amazing.
Well, not that I know of, but I know if you're really famous, you're not going to really use your name.
No.
You're going to use a pseudonym.
Yes.
Or whatever. So, if there's any famous people watching the channel, excellent. I'd so like to invite you over to my house for a curry, get on a video, get me some more subscribers.
Yes, that's our own goal. And this one, I'm assuming that's you.
Yeah.
Baby Steve.
Yeah.
And your dog.
Yeah.
And that's got to be a Nan's knitted jumper.
Oh yeah, she was a prolific knitter. Yeah.
That when I saw that, I had to include that part because it looks It looks like you're having a great time.
Yeah.
It looks like you're having a blast.
Yeah, I think I was about 2 in that picture.
Right. We'll leave that there, the embarrassing pictures.
Yeah. A little Jasper there. I used to go on Jasper like it was a horse. Yeah, poor dog.
Right. Next one. You have 3 books on Amazon. We've already seen the one, which is the British Indian Restaurant. That was your first book.
Yeah.
I've got a picture of your latest book, which is a culinary. I can't even say it.
It's a difficult. It's a
culinary passage through
evening.
India. A recipe from every region in India. What was I going to say? How did these books come about?
Yeah.
Which is your favourite so far? And have you got any plans for any more? Maybe, like you said, your Ethiopian cuisine or maybe your Malaysian cuisine, bring them sort of books out?
Well, I believe that if you're going to write a book about a certain country's food, that you should have quite extensive experience in that country, really, to bring the essence into the writing, to speak for the people that have inspired you, that
like them it's like the families and you go to, I mean, you see it on sometimes in Food Network where you go to somebody's home and they're cooking in that house, and then you get the authenticity of that food and them people, which brings out the best in your cooking, and that's the way.
I know there's a lot of people that are writing Indian cooking books. Never been to India, but anyway, so that was the first book, British Indian Restaurant Food at Home. The second book, you mentioned about, did Malaysia inspire me? But what was interesting to me about Malaysia, it has about 20% of the population is from southern India.
Yeah.
So southern Indian food.
He's got a culture towards it where it's all blended sort of together, right?
Yeah. So what I did is not made a Malaysian book, because obviously I know quite a little bit about Malaysian food anyway. It's amazing. But I think Authentic South Indian Cuisine was a book I made inspired by Indian people that are cooking in Malaysia. So it's sort of like a Malaysian, but it's just a small
fusion sort of thing.
So that's a good book. So the latest book, A Culinary Passage Through India,
as you can say,
a recipe from every state. It is a tongue twister, isn't
it? A bit.
So I thought, right, we all know certain dishes and certain regions. North Indian food is really, really famous outside of India. Southern Indian food seems to be more specialist for people that are like really into Indian food. But then again, you've got India's a big country,
massive,
and I thought, wouldn't it be amazing? So I've spent quite a bit of time in India and gone to different regions, and it varies. I mean, the South India, you've got curry leaves, mustard seed, and North India, rich gravies.
Yes, completely. It is completely different no matter where you go.
For the first time, I'll create a unique book with a recipe from every state in India. So some of it was researched because I haven't been everywhere in India.
Well, no,
and
some
of it's from actual experience.
Fair play. Right,
just one thing.
Sorry. No, you can.
So I'm making another book. I mean, the British Indian Restaurant Food at Home book, that was written before the channel started. So about 4.5 years ago, I wrote that book. But I've had a lot of exposure to Indian restaurants. I've been really lucky enough to get a lot of friends in the Indian restaurant industry here in the UK. So I'm about 80% into a new and improved British Indian restaurant style book.
There you go, exclusive here on Rods on Made.
And it's going to be called, and it's working slightly in collaboration with a couple of Indian restaurants that have submitted some recipes. It's going to be called How to Cook Like an Indian Restaurant. There are no secrets, because there aren't.
No?
It's only a secret if you don't know about it, but if you do know,
or people don't want to tell you.
Each one, and there's no secrets.
Good.
And that should be out in a few months.
Fingers crossed for that one.
Yeah.
So, last and finally, tell us about obviously your future plans, which you've already just touched on with the book, where you see yourself and the channel in possibly 5 years time maybe? Obviously, like I said, you've got the baby, so your focus is there right now. But in maybe 5 years time, do you see yourself giving up day jobs, maybe travelling a lot more like you want to, or where do you actually see your future, so to speak?
So that's interesting. So I find it really hard to pass up an opportunity to not film something I cook, but I'm doing quite big batch cooking now for the week. So I'm not cooking like every day, like sometimes in the channel I was doing like 3 or 4 videos a day. But so the videos are slowed down slightly, temporarily, but my next house is going to have a kitchen allocated to just curry, and yeah, we're going to get some more improved lighting and a bit of a better setup. So, you know, the amount of curry recipes and Indian food recipes will escalate in the coming months. Yeah, in 5 years I'll be 50 years of age.
And me?
My baby will be 5. Okay, we're the same age.
Yeah.
He's
5 years.
He hasn't got any grey hair.
No, but I've got a big bald patch. That's where I take after my dad and my brother for that. He's seriously.
But to be honest, I never started the channel to be popular, or you know.
No, it's something I always say when you start a YouTube channel, it's because it's something you enjoy doing.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to do it for that reason and that reason only.
Yeah.
There's no point in going, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be this big, I'm going to be, because it doesn't work like that. I've been doing my channel 4 years, and I started off just simple, soft little recipes, and things evolve all the time. I mean, I never thought I'd do challenge videos. I never ever thought I'd be interviewing somebody on my sofa. That's how things change over the years, and it's amazing. It's an amazing journey, and it gives you focus to what you want to do and where you want to go. And that's what I love about YouTube, because people can watch your videos and you get wonderful comments. Oh, I really love that review, I really did this, I love the way that cover turned out, and it makes you smile. And that when you stop enjoying it and it just becomes something you have to do, or you feel as though you need to do, which I think some YouTubers feel the need to put out content just because they do. Yeah. And you don't enjoy it, and you can actually see it in the video. Where with me, 100%, and Steve from watching, I enjoy this. Today has been amazing. It's been speaking to Steve for the first time ever, face to face. Of course, you've got to put your heart. Not just like a tick list. I want this, and you know, spending 3 days editing a lot of videos, and you know, why not? But you know, I have a very down to earth approach. I still film my videos with my phone. I don't edit. I very rarely edit unless I accidentally don't press pause on the camera. I've got a tripod, and that's it. And it's just what I do at my home. And it's what me, myself, enjoy. And I. Just the food I eat. That was the last question. So I just want to say thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for having me, Rob. It's been a pleasure, and hopefully, in a few years' time, we'll have this sit down again. Yeah. And we'll see where we both are. That would be great. Yeah. Maybe we might be sat in the videos. Maybe we might be sat in the Caribbean somewhere. Yeah. Sometimes life on a beach. Quite often life doesn't pan out like you think. No, of course it doesn't. We all get a reality check every now and again, but we'll get back together in 3-4 years' time. We'll have the same sit down and see where we both are. Yeah. Maybe in a big mansion, maybe in a little flat. Yeah. You just never know what's coming. Yeah. You put one foot in front of the other, in a positive direction, things happen. Of course they do. Keep positive mental attitude. So that was Mr. Stephen Heap. Thank you very, very much for coming and doing the very first On the Sofa with. It's been lovely to meet you. Such a well-spoken, polite, lovely bloke. Oh, it's been amazing. I have got got something for you. Well, I've got 2 things, but the other one's in the kitchen. Wow. Your very own Rob's homemade mug to take away with you. Nice, very nice. And if you ever go on tour with Wiz Khalifa, you can take that and get him to subscribe to the channel. You'll get some pickled onions. I have got some pickled onions for you in the cupboard as well. I meant to bring them in. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this On the Sofa with Stephen Heap. Thank you very, very much for watching. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, when you hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell, click all, and you will get every single notification from me, Rob's at Rob's Homemade. Once again, thank you very much, Stephen.
Oh, it's been a pleasure, Rob. It's been an absolute pleasure.
I will see you all again very, very soon. Peace!